Hi friends, this is Avinash Kumar. Welcome you all in this video. In this video, we are going to cover live demo of all the points discussed in Introduction to Packages in Java. So let's move to live demo. So here we have package keyword to create a package. After writing this keyword, whatever the words we will write, that will be taken as a package name, and words those are between the dots will be considered as a directory. This we have already discussed, and after that we can create the class. So in this example here, create package class lies under this particular package, and these words will be taken as a directory into the folder structure. Let's see that. So here we have a create package class. As I told, here we can see that com, technolozies, kart, create page, create package, all these are the folders. And also we have also discussed that means in any class the package will be the first line of code in any class. So we can only write the comments on top of the package, or we cannot write any line of code on top of this package line of code. So this will be the first line of code in any class. Now moving to next example to understand what are built-in packages we have, and some of the important packages we will see. So here in this class you can see that I have imported like Java util date. So this is known as a built-in package because the packages those are provided by Java is known as built-in package. So to import a package, import keyword is used to do that. Here in this method definition we have multiple classes like string, like a class. Instead of that, we have not imported this string class or a class. Why it is? Because I have already discussed that string is a part of lang. It means that those classes which is part of java.lang package, it is not required to import that particular class. Why? Or package. Why? Because it's a default package of Java. So that is why this string is not being loaded. But class A is not a default package. Instead of that, we are not importing this. So the reason behind it that because the class A is in same package where this class example built in package class is present. So this class and the class A is sharing the same package. That is why we do not require to import for this class A. Now moving to next example of import, that is here we do not have package name, but in this date we have a package name. What happened here? Like Java has two different classes named date, but in two different packages. Suppose any programmer wants these both classes in the same class, then they have to import their package by this way only. We cannot import two classes having same name on top of the class. One of the imports need to be done on a line of code, and one import will be the part of at the top of with the import keyword. If we will try to import like this, it will create an error because here for date class we have two different packages. So Java will not understand at which package should be imported or from which package the class should be referenced. So this error will come That is why we have not imported this java.sql date on top of and on beside on just side of this import util date. So this is also a way to import any class that put the package name into the line of code. But here different class is also instantiated, that is a create package. So if you will see, since this create package is a part of different package, and I need, if I want this class or instance of this class here, so I need to import this. So here I need to import this, otherwise Java will not understand what this particular class is. So I need to import it. Here we have understood that what is a default package for Java, why for some classes if the class is present in the same package do not required to import it, if two different classes having same name but in both are in different package, so if you are using this both classes in the same class, then how we can import it. And also if any class is from different package, then we need to import that class, then only we can call that class or we can instantiate that class. Now moving to next example. As we have discussed that the scope is also, Java scope is also working differently here with the package. So let's see. Here I have created a package, a class same package named. In this class we have 4 different methods. First method is public, second one is default, third one is protected, and fourth one is private. As we know and we have discussed that the private method is only accessible inside the class. So here the M4 is accessible. If we try to see that what are the methods of this class is accessible, we can check like that. Here M1, M2, M3 and M4, all 4 methods are accessible because we are trying to call the methods of this class into the same class. Now moving to next class and try to call methods. As we know that the M4 is a private and trying to call from different class, so it is giving an error because it's a private method. If we see what are the methods are accessible, then only M1, M2 and M3 are accessible because we know that default method and protected method is accessible inside the package and this class is inside this package. So only M1, M2 and M3 is accessible. M1 is a public class, so it is accessible to anywhere. Now moving to next example for the same topic, but we have a different characteristics for protected. Protected can be accessible outside the package also, but default will not be. But there is some scenario to access the protected. How we can do this? Let's see. So we have created a class name outside package and created the object of same package and try to access methods. Here we can see that the M1 method is only accessible because M1 is public. M2 and M3 is not accessible outside the package. But now we are going to discuss a scenario where M2 will be accessible. And this scenario is here right now. If we want to use the protected method of any class, then we need to extend that class. So here this class is having a protected method named M3 and child is extending this class. Now in the same class, if child wants to access this method is accessible. So here you can check that M1 and M3 both methods are accessible. But rule says M3, that is a protected method of same package class, will be treated as a private class of child. That means if outside this particular class, if I am trying to access this M3, it wouldn't be accessible. Let's take an example. Here I have created the object of child class and now trying to access the M3 method. So here we are not able to access M3 method. So what rule says, if you want to use the protected method of any class, then you need to extend that class, and in that class only you will be able to call protected method of the parent, and outside the class you will not able to call the protected method because you are only accessing this method as a private into your class. Now moving to next example from Java 5, and after Java 5 a term is being introduced and the term name is static import. So let's see what is static import. Till now we are just importing a class, but using the static import you can also import the static members. In previous example, what we have seen, we were writing system.out.println and the masses. But if you are doing the static import using system.out, I have imported the out itself. So now we can write out.println. And here in this example also, as we know that the integer have a maximum value named static member. Here it is. So that also be directly called after putting the static import. Let's try to run this. So here we can see that output. What if we don't have the static import? Then I need to call system over here, and here integer. Now it will execute. So without a static import, how you can do the code? By this way. But the question is system and integer. We have used two different classes, but we didn't import it because the system is a part of lang package and also integer is also part of a lang package. So here this is an example of static import. Now moving to next example. That is how we can just compile and execute and also the impact of that compilation and execution of Java classes, because here we have Eclipse. So Eclipse IDE is doing very well and it's helped a Java coder a lot. So what if we don't have this Eclipse IDE? What is the internal compilation is working on? Let's see. Moving to this first class, let's try to open this. Here we have some line of code. For now I'm going to make this class a bit easier for now, and yeah, now this is an easy one class where what I have done, I have not created any package, and this class is present with the main method with a system.out.println, and this message will be executed. Let's try to save this first, and I'm going to compile it. And we know that what we do simple stuff like Java C and the class name, it will compile easily, and the class file is present over here. You can see that. And now I'm going to execute this class. Now the class is executed. Like class, the class name is being executed. So class is working fine. Now let's try to twist it a bit. Going to edit it. Now I've created the package. Now this class is a part of test1 package. Now I'm going to do this first class. So it's compiled successfully. Now I'm going to run this. It says that cannot find or load main class first class. Why it happened? Because just like a minute ago we were able to do that, but after putting this line of code package first line, it is not executing now. So what is going on? The point is, this Java line of code is trying to find out the first class, but whenever it looks into the .class file, it says that the first class method is present under this test1 package. So for now what we need to do is we need to go to the previous directory actually, and now I'm going to execute this like Java test1 package name and the first class. So here it has been executed. Now just try to complex this class a bit more. Now I'm going to import different class into this class. I'm going to use that class also. Now let's try to import this. Now first, because we have changed this class, we need to compile that. If we do in a simple way, what we have did is it won't work. So what I need to do is, now I need to compile both the classes, that is second class and the first class also. So what we'll do, I'll do like that. If we check like directories, so in here both the packages are present, test1 and test2. Now I'm going to compile it. test1/*.java and test2/*.java. Now both the classes has been compiled. Now I'm going to execute that class where the main method is present. So that is test1.firstClass, and here we have a desired output. So these are the examples by which we can import and compile the classes. So by this way we can understand that how helpful Eclipse for us, and we are just creating our imports and creating Java classes, and Eclipse do the compilation, and we can execute it very easily. and these thing is done by Eclipse by its own using the IDE, so it's very useful for us. So that's it from a side in the live demo. So in this live demo, during discussion, we have covered some questions, and those questions are: what is the package in Java? What are the advantages of the Java package? Can we use the same import multiple times? Which package we do not need to import? What can only be written before the package name into the class? What is the impact of the package on scope? So in the previous theory discussion and this in practical discussion, I'm done with this package in Java. So that's it from my side. In next video we will discuss on topic string in Java. Till then, thanks. Kindly like and share this video, subscribe to my channel and leave comments if you want to know any clarification on this discussion. Thanks once again.